That we come up with today as well, so people who don't have the app can also have a play with those. So that's the plan. So yeah, does anyone have any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
And what was your main goal making that app? Is it more for like fun, or do you actually think people will take it like to the next step and play it live, or I don't know? Like, what was your thoughts about doing this?
It's for a combination of motivations, really. I mean, in a way, my primary motivation is I want to make a piece of software for me, something that is really fun and easy to use. And, you know, I do use it, and I like nothing better than getting a new pack on and sitting down for half an hour and messing around with it and seeing where it goes. I do find it a very addictive way to spend time. That's quite too addictive, actually. But yeah, I also see this as just a starting point for making a more sophisticated version 2 bit of the software. I've got a ton of ideas for extra functions for it that I think can really take it even beyond where it is at the moment. So I'm really excited about that. I'd like to include scratching in it. I'd like the ability to load other modules like a 303 generator. One thing that a lot of people have requested is putting your own samples in. That's going to be a major enhancement as well. But it also comes out of just wanting to do something cool, knowing that there's a space here that hasn't been explored yet and wanting to get into that. There's also the motivation that I see a lot of division in electronic music between different music tribes, if you like. And this kind of shows that actually there's no real walls between the music. Any type of music can be fed in and mixed with any other type of music. So that's a nice insight for people to have. And finally, Jonathan, my partner, and myself, we were never musicians. We were never even top scratch DJs, particularly. We were just guys who managed to get lucky bolting stuff together. And we enjoy it so much that we think it's something that we want to share with other people. And the reactions we've had from people using it have been very, very positive. I don't think it's ever going to be something that millions of people use, but I think there's a certain mentality of people out there that go, wow, this is amazing, and perhaps have been blocked from getting into messing around with sound before because of the cost of it, or they were told that, they think, oh, I'm too stupid to be able to do that. I'd have to study for years to do it. I like things that you can instantly get into, and then you could spend a lifetime becoming a master of it. Any instrument is like that, really. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a couple of questions for you, Matt. First of all, you said you are into music 27 years. 7 years?
Well, that's for that. I said I was doing Coldcut for 27 years. Okay. So that's my kind of working partnership. Yeah.
And along the way that you came along to establish this Digitune label, and then this amazing visionary application.
Thank you.
What can you tell us about conclusions or inspirations about your way until now in music?
Well, I mean, that's a really deep question, mate.
That is a good question.
Yeah, sure, but it would take a few hours to answer that properly. I mean, I'm here. I'm really enjoying being here, meeting people like you, seeing the enjoyment of electronic music, seeing people's creativity get set alight, and I still really like what I do. I still get a kick out of it. I haven't got bored with it at all. Some people have made more money than us, and then they've sort of bought big houses and you never really hear from them again. we're very lucky, Jonathan and me, to have made enough of a return financially from what we do and from Ninja Tune to enable us to keep following our noses and to keep playing with all these wonderful toys. So I just hope to be able to continue doing that. You know, my ambition's to blow the minds of the entire planet with art and music. So you know, we'll never surrender on that ambition, I think.
Okay, that was the first question. Thank you. Second one is, and the last is, do you prepare yourself before you DJ or make music? Or how do you prepare yourself?
Well, as far as making music goes, you know, each person's process is different, but I'm sure most of us have sort of some sample libraries, some stuff that we draw on regularly, some favorite ways of working, some templates even. As for DJing, I go through phases of different approaches to it. Sometimes I'll be like, fuck it, I just want to play completely fresh tonight. And I'll really try and play all stuff that I've never played before. Sometimes I'll play a very measured set. We just did 3 shows in Poland, me and Dinny, audio-visual sets. Now, audio-visual composition and performance can be a lot more work than even the music, and so it's tempting to sort of really focus in and get it right. So I think with audio-visual sets, I tend to prepare it more. It's quite easy to fall into playing the same tracks and doing the same mixes that you know work. Sometimes I'll prepare a DJing set in Ableton, where if I want to do a complicated mix, that is the best way to really achieve it, to get each detail absolutely right. Then I'll do variation on top using effects and chopping stuff in and out, but fundamentally the framework will be fixed. Sometimes it will be totally freestyle, so it just depends. There's a lot to be said for sort of preparing your stuff, but there's also a lot to be said for staying fresh. I think if you did shows that every night it was the same, I think some electronic musicians really just press play and stand back and do this. Personally, I would find that too boring. There has to be an element of risk and spontaneity for me to keep me interested in it, and I believe the audience, you know, can tell the difference as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, one more. Yes, mate.
How does one load one's samples into this program?
Well, very good question. That's what we're going to get into now, actually. So in the future, I want to make it much easier to load samples in. You know, like with Ableton and other programs, you can just load in anything that you want, and it even warps it and makes it fit. We can't quite do that yet, but I do want to make it easier. But currently, the way to get samples in is to make a set of samples, make sure they're in exactly the right format, and then go through a sort of naming procedure. They have to be named and put in folders in a certain way so that it's easy for the program to understand. And then I'm going to show you how to get it into the app using an external piece of software. So I think that sounds like a good point to get into the next stage of the workshop. So now, my man Ezekiel here is going to be my loop master for the day. I hope that we might have some people who can share bits of their performance of various types with us that we can make into musical samples. So for instance, if anyone here does any beatboxing, if anyone is a scratch DJ, then we've got the turntable and a mic set up here, and we'll record that straight into Ezekiel's laptop. He'll chop it into a clip, he'll give it to me, and I'll put it into the template to use to make the pack. I did, before the workshop took place, share some instructions with how people could contribute samples if they wanted to. I'm not sure who, if anyone, has got that. My man's got some.
I got some beats.
Yep, terrific. So if you've got your machine or some beats and some samples with you, just basically put your hand up And in fact, let's do it now. Who's got some material with them prepared already? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, a few people. That should be great.
Wave tracks are fine?
Yeah, yeah. We'll convert pretty much anything. That's great. You know, if anyone else has a machine here and wants to contribute, that's great. What we've decided on is 140 beats per minute and the key of C. So if you make anything, bear that in mind, and we should be able to slot it in. We're looking for a total of 32 loops, which can be 1, 2, or 4, or 8 bars long, and 9 one-shot samples, which can be pretty much any short sample from kind of a half a second to 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, we're going to gather those all together and plug them in and make a pack. So yeah, let's bring it on. Fantastic. Can I record it?
Yeah.
Such a great sample. I had to.
I made this track once. We've just hummed. Stop! Stop! He thought the system was playing. Okay, how's that? Is it working? Yep. Can I record my screen? Why am I not hearing anything?
Okay, זה...
שלושה דברים. אפילו 4 פס.
Oh yeah.
זה להפוך את זה אפשר?
To the metronome.
יש לך פה תצנה מעין סיקוונסים של שלושה דברים מחוברים.
That sounds good.
So...
Where's that then?
What? Oh, it's here.
It's on the CD?
Yeah.
אוקיי. נעצור.
Hey, party people. That was intense. Hello, can I have your attention, please? Thank you. You need to funk on. So, we've taken a bunch of material from some of you here. Thanks very much for contributing stuff. I think I did expect there to be a bit more stuff prepared up front, actually. It's quite a lot to get the stuff in and edit it and make sure that it all works with each other. So what I'm going to do is do a very rough, incredibly rough mix down. I don't want to go on for hours and hours and hours, so I've just had a very, very quick listen to the material, but I can't say I've really got my head around it. So it's going to be a kind of random mix, and just I think serves more as an example of the process, really. But we shall see. Maybe it will turn out to be a #1 record. You never know. So yeah, up on the screen we can see what we've got here from Ableton, and that is 4 channels of loops, and channel number 5 is the one-shots. So maybe I could give an example of that just so we can see exactly what we mean. I'll mute everything else. And so these, I can control these from the launch pad. And like I say, to get them onto the app is quite a bit more work. And I didn't think we'd be able to do that in this time. So putting it as a set in Ableton under control from the launch pad gives a sense of what it is like to mix and match these samples. So that's what I'll do in a minute. So what we've got is 4 channels, which I haven't labelled yet, but basically the first one's mainly drums. I have stuck in a couple of loops from a previous jam, also at 140 BPM, which was done at the Art of the Moment festival organised by my friend Dor in London. And in fact, I don't see why this sort of collaboration shouldn't just expand and keep going on. I'll probably keep to the same template in other workshops that I do with this, so the pack can grow and grow. But let's have a quick listen to the stabs that we've got here. In fact, most of these are from the Art of the Moment. The stabs require a bit more thought sometimes. But Funk Sinatra, is he still here or has he gone? He's gone to his DJing gig, hardest working man in show business. So, where are we? Okay, simple percussion sound there. Quite a nice crazy fill which I can throw in somewhere. I suppose it's probably, we've still got 10 minutes left. Yeah, I guess it's probably most instructive to just step through a couple of these so we can see what different people have contributed. Who's Shani? Is he here? Yo, let's have a listen to your bass line. There's also, I haven't had a chance to do any equalization of the levels here, which is also going to make it sound pretty chaotic. But if I cut in his sound. Let's see if that's it. And that's cool. You did another bass as well, is that the same? It's the same one. Okay, let's get rid of that. Who did that one? Venus. Nice.
Thanks.
Take the metronome off. That's pretty good. And DM bass, who was that?
You might want to take it from line though.
Nice. A nice, nasty sound there. And you also did some nice drums, didn't you, DM? Let's have a listen to those. Okay, well, let's do it. Wicked loop off the vinyl. Is that you guys? That was that. Who brought in the records? Okay, that was a really good contribution. Wicked. Yeah, okay, well, thank you very much for coming along. I hope you found it interesting. And I'll do a bit more work on this, maybe bung in a few more samples, and I'll put the pack up. Please download the app. Please check out the Ninja Jam Facebook page. A little tick of like there would be much appreciated. And that's where I'll put the link up to download the pack. So, yeah, it's been a great evening. Thank you so much.